4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the last game of the first part of the bracket. I was gonna make a. No, I'm not gonna make the joke. It's in poor taste. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. All I'm gonna say is Marty McFly. Over on Arctic Wolves, Ratsy is playing Grux, Phasma on Steel, EG Magnum. So it's actually, I think they switched up a little bit here on Howitzer. Crazy Fool on Grimmix and Rector on Sparrow.
And we've got for CMK, we've got Ghost 012 on Chimera, Gizmo on Faye the Bay, Font, Rocket Murdoch, Dormant on Rickety Rector, and Dual Spirals on the Rampage.
Love Richter. It's all I've been playing.
Richter. Bands were Iggy and Dector. Dector? Iggy and Decker, by the way.
Yes.
Iggy and Dector.
Iggy and Dector. Now that the textures have loaded, this skin though. Has anyone gotten? I want to know if they've even given away any of those Grux skins yet. Like I haven't heard any. Like the moment someone gets those Grux skins, there's gonna be like eight Reddit posts about it, I'm sure. But as far as I know, I don't like. Have you seen any of the new Grux skins?
Have I seen any of the new Grux skins?
I can't wait for those new gadget tier 2 skins to come out. The arrow, what is it? The arrow link and the
shell shock and
oh my, dude, both of them are next level. Crazy Fool. That's not how you dodge hooks. You're dead, bro. That's first blood.
That's not how you dodge hooks. Dormant coming in and just hitting him in the face with that hook.
So the synergy between Rampage and Richter is it's pretty strong, man. Hook into a boulder, boulder into a hook. A lot of they can catch people out very, very easily throughout the entire course of the match, whether it's dual spirals with the boulder or Dormant with the hook. So, but at the same time, both of those abilities are very difficult to land consistently, especially Richter's hook. So if they're able to be consistent, the big thing about Richter, man, is landing important hooks. It's not even a matter of consistency; it's a matter of just getting key hooks on key targets under towers, pulling people in their towers, peeling for your back
super
line,
aggressive out of Ratsy and Phasma over here on the dual spirals. They're going to pick him up at this white camp over here. It is a Rampage. He's only level 1. Here comes the boulder. He is going to land on Phasma. Dormant is very, very low. There is a pull from Dormant onto Ratsy, but they're going to get that kill. Ratsy also low. Dual spirals will fall. There is a Faye in the back line here. She just came to poke. And she was like, "Hey," and then she left.
Came to poke. That sounds like a Tinder. Someone put on a Tinder profile.
Came to hey, I'm just here to poke Faye the Bay, and then she's out of there.
Yep, a little one pump jump, if you will, ladies and gentlemen. Over here in the blue lane. Every time I said it, I think of our stay in LA. Sparrow versus a lane. Chimera. I'm surprised Chimera's not getting a little bit more aggressive, but at the same time, he's got to get level 5 first before he's really able to bully. What is Rector build? So he only spent 2 card points. I don't know if maybe Rector's saving for something, or I'm not entirely sure. Or if Rector was waiting to see what the matchup was going to be, and on his first back picking up the damage mitigation token. I know that's what some people do, but at the same time, probably want to back sooner rather than later in order to pick that up, because its usefulness. It's only really useful the first like 5 minutes of the match. It's only about 22 damage mitigation. But still, Sparrow bullying around a Chimera is something you don't see very often.
Yeah, Chimera in lane is, we've seen it done in the past, and it never works out the way we expect it to. Ghost needs to hit level 5 pretty quickly here. He is going to have a chance now that Sparrow has backed off to free farm this a little bit more. Make sure he's picking up those last hits. What has he built? 2 strike tokens. So we're going to see him. He has the ability, if he wanted to farm up those stacks on his E.
Yep.
He's not, though. He's just trying to secure those last hits.
Yeah.
Those last hits. So he's not really farming up that health regen, so he can really jump onto Rector. The main goal is hit 5, go back, spend if you have card power, spend it, and then he's going to really start focusing on Rector and either bullying her or start rotating off and coming back.
I mean, the issue with like the lane Chimera, specifically when you're playing him in the style is auto attacking to keep your stacks up, is it pushes the lane, right? And when you're when you're in a solo lane position, you don't want to be doing that. You want to be freezing the lane as best you can. So I don't know if he's able to play that way. Maybe if it's like a dual lane, but a dual lane Chimera, that's next level stuff right there, man.
I feel like he has an advantage over Kenmore. Or I'm sorry, over Kenmore.
Kenmore?
I just saw his.
Ladies and gentlemen, twitch.tv/Kenmore.
Kenmore 7.
Leave us in chat. You can link your Twitch in
Kenmore
chat, man.
7.
Kenmore 7.
Being biased towards Kenmore now.
You are, man.
God damn it, Notch. He
loves Dave Matthews. He loves Dave Matthews Band, by the way. It's his favorite band.
there's fighters are stronger than Rangers early game, and I want to see him be more of a bully towards Rector, and he's not doing it. He's allowing Rector to kind of bully him, and get that farm off.
Damn near killed him.
Maybe he's waiting for the rotation. Kinwar, that's the $10 we talked about, by the way. Go ahead and donate that. I'm just kidding.
So the game's been, I dare say I won't start going into story time. It's been quiet. This game's been a little more quiet. There was that first engagement over near that white camp in red lane, and ever since then, these guys have just been like, all right, no rush. Big Game Hunters is the map. No rush for 20 minutes. We want to build up, and then we'll engage into each other. Or in 15 seconds, a black buff is going to spawn, and there's going to be a big contention there. Either way, just full of StarCraft 2, or StarCraft quotes today. Yep, 6 minutes, Ratsy looking to get aggressive. Phasma's level 5. Grim already in there using that snare ability on Dorman. And,
Dorman's only level 3. He has to be very careful here. He doesn't have an ultimate. He is going to fall. He's
just
so dead.
Hook someone before you die. Oh, awesome. That's how you go out as a Richter. I actually think that's a good exchange for the Richter because he landed his hook. 100% hook rate, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel like that's a terrible way to play Richter right there. Just make sure you land your hook before you die.
Yes.
Don't teach the new people that. Hey, Richter, upcoming Richter players, land the hook before you die. This is going to be a free black buff. Are they going to get it? They're going to get it. They're going to take it. Are we going to see them push the tower though? Or are they going to get aggressive?
I mean, they can't. It depends if they're comfortable diving. To be perfectly honest, I mean, they have steel level 5. He didn't use his ult in that last exchange. Richter pretty much just got caught out and they cleaned him up. And it's either a shield slam or a smash and grab. If they get a big one, then they can push a tower, dive a tower, whatever it may be. But they're clumped up mid lane. The lane's being pushed out. Crazy Fool's been pushing out. And,
rotation's not really coming over right now from CMK. They may be able to get this. Rotation's coming, but it's coming very slow. Are they trying to get behind them? So they're up in the shadow pad right now. They are going to back up. Okay.
Fly Trap is going to pull 2 people in. Where's the combo? The hook's not going to land. The boulder is going to hit EG, but that's the target you're looking for. Rasty used the smash and grab, more of a zoning tool. It did zone out. CMK, a little bit of hesitation coming out to initiate. That's what I meant from Richter. If he landed that hook right there, that's more than likely 1 kill, potentially even more. Could have got aggressive after that, but the big thing, Richter needs levels. He's so reliant on levels, man. He not only does he need level 5, he needs levels to level up his hook, which is his Q or his square for PS4 players. It's very, very important. As it levels up, the range on it gets longer. And, I mean, I think if I'm CMK, I'm saying just give Dormant a couple minutes in the lane by himself. Not the jungle. He doesn't jungle that well. I think just give him a little bit of solo lane. Maybe put him in the blue lane or mid lane and just make sure you ensure that he gets those very, very important levels.
So we saw that fly trap there. If he was level 5, that would have been 3 people in a
Watch out. Here, look for the shield slam. And hit you. There's a smash and grab follow as well. Hauser is laying the ultimate at a strong point, so they got to be careful. They already get a kill. Dual Spirals do the ultimate. He's going to have that knock up. He's going to try to jump up to the high ground. It's not going to be there. GTFO is going to secure the kill. The Howitzer ultimate. Big difference maker right there. They stood inside of it. 2 easy kills. And continued aggression from Arctic Wolves. I want to see them push this tower now. I feel like they can. They don't have a Howitzer ultimate, but...
So, we're seeing Dormant right now. He's currently only level 4. If you take a look at the scoreboard, Font and Dormant are both level 4. Dormant's only at 9. Like you said, leveling him up is super important because of the range on his hook, but also his ultimate. Being able to combo that with a Fae is what they're... Honestly, it's what they're hoping for. You have Fae pull 3 or 4 people in, Dormant runs in, hits an ultimate, hits 3 or 4 people. That's a ton of damage.
Yep.
But it hasn't happened yet. Articles is playing very aggressive right now. They're going to be able to take this tower down. Dormant, again, he's in there. He just ran in. Font is going to go down. Dormant is going to escape, but they are going to lose Font in a tier 1 tower here. This is a very good exchange for Articles. They're playing, again, we're seeing these guys play so well. In the meantime, Rector and Chimera are just, Rector and Ghost are in this blue lane over here, fighting back and forth, and it's taken Chimera completely out of the fight. And that's not what you want. You want Chimera in these engagements. You want him to jump in, especially early game because of the amount of damage Cull does. Right. Jump in, land a Cull, and take out somebody on the back line. Go after Howitzer. I mean, his target should be EG Magnum or Rector. Rector's not in those fights, so he jumps in. He jumps in. He hits Magnum with the Cull and takes him out of the team fight. But it's not happening right now because he's basically.
Yeah, I think Chimera needs to be more of a presence.
100%.
To summarize what you're saying, Chimera needs to be much more of a presence. Rector Dual Spiral's not going to land the boulder, unfortunately. Old Rampage of old, he could pretty much have sold that Sparrow, but with Rector free farming throughout the course of this match, I mean, 42 last hits, significantly ahead of everyone else on his opponent's side with 31 on Font, whose lane has had much more harassment and has had to deal with much more pressure for Font, and has that tower being down. So, I again, just to re-emphasize, I'm very surprised that the Chimera has not been more of a bully towards Sparrow. Usually that's what we expect to see.
Yeah.
And it's a double loss because not only is Chimera relegated to that lane, and they were like, this is a good matchup for Chimera, let's make sure maybe he can, if not get a kill on the Sparrow, at least boss her out of the lane and mitigate her progression. But he's not able to do that, and Chimera hasn't been in team fights. So I feel like right now there needs to be a big adjustment specifically surrounding how they're playing around this Chimera. I want to see more rotation out of him and maybe get I mentioned how I want to see Dormant in a solo lane. This would be great. Don't get me wrong. He wouldn't be able to really do anything to the Sparrow, but at least he could stay back, get some solo experience, let the lane push, get some last hits. That's what I would love to see. I think Chimera is much more important to have in these team fights than Richter is, and Richter's much more aligned on levels than Chimera is.
Yeah. I'm sorry, the lane Chimera is really throwing me off. I've never seen it. We've seen it one time, and I believe it was an Epic employee. I think it was last weekend we saw it, or last week we saw it.
Remember that BM cast we did?
Oh, it was the BM cast.
Yeah, it was the BM
Is that where we
cast.
saw that?
It was Beacon. It was Beacon on.
Yeah, he was in lane with it. That's right.
Yeah.
It's just it's such a good jungler. He's an assassin between 1 and about 30-ish card power.
Yeah.
And then he turns into a bruiser / fighter where he jumps in, does his damage, and goes back to help protect the front line. So very weird role they have him in right now. Rector is basically getting the free farm.
Damn near killed him.
Damn near killed him. Rector's getting the free farm. He's going to put on his Adamant Edge and his health. And we're going to start seeing Rector come online.
Damn near killed him.
And just be a major factor in these team fights here. Black buff is spawned. We're at 12 minutes. Dual Spirals is just going to have to back off. They're here. They're trying to bait an engagement right
Chimera's
now.
rotating.
Spirals and Dormant.
So Chimera's rotating. Sparrow's still over in this lane, so this could be an advantageous fight for them. The moment they recognize Sparrow's not there, I think they should go in. Gizmotron needs to be careful. Gets caught out. They knew it was there. This is very, very bad. Gizmotron needs help right now. Howitzer ultimate expects the ultimate as well. The fly trap goes down. Crazy Full has the GTFO lined up. Long on the line. It's going to hit anyone. It doesn't really matter. They should be very, very careful. Howitzer ultimate has been used, but Steel, wait for it. Shield slam. There it is. On to 3. There's a huge skewer onto 3 people. Beautifully done by Dormant. They need the follow-up. Get the follow-up there. Crazy Fool goes down. 1-for-1 exchange thus far. Phase done her job. Steel goes down. This is looking real good. 3 for 2. Can they come out of this? I'm not sure. Arctic Wolves, can they do it? Rassi with the double pain font. You gotta land those autos, gotta land those buckshots. He's so very low. Ghost goes down. Can they do it here? This is so close. It's all about font. Can he get the damage? Phasma's just punching him. Dual Spirals. Oh man, I think this is gonna be good here. This is gonna be CMK potentially coming out of this in an advantageous position. Look for the boulder. Can he land? The boulder needs to land. It's not gonna happen. Phasma isn't the shoes. It isn't. He just hit the W button and just moved away from it. Black buff is going to go into the hands of them. I don't know if they're going to be able to do much with it. They have to regroup, get themselves healed up, and then maybe try to make a push with this black buff.
Rector should be able to get down this tier 1 tower here. Gizmo's rotating over. Rector's like 2 or 3 shots here. Gizmotron's going to do what he can, but this tower is going to fall. And if I'm Gizmotron, I'm a little bit nervous right now. There's a lot of damage coming out of this Sparrow. She is going to need to back off because here comes Chimera, and we may actually see a kill onto Rector right now.
Damn near killed him.
Waiting for the leap. Nope, he is going to get into sprint here in just a second. He's going to be able to back off. So Minion Wave saved his butt, and he's going to rotate out. And he's going to be all right. Tier 1 tower. If I'm both of these teams, I'm trying to see who. I'm trying to think of who won this here. You've got Arctic Wolves who took a tower, but you have
it was
CMK,
a morale boost for CMK.
Yeah, you have CMK who got 4, who had not had any kills up until or they had 1 kill up until that point. So they got 3 kills. And they picked the black buff. They gave themselves that little boost. So it's I'm gonna say even exchange as of this point in time. Yes, you lost the tower. It's in the blue lane, not the most important lane.
Yeah.
But you had a good engagement and you showed yourself that we can win these team fights.
That skewer from Dormant is really what set that team up fight. That swung the team fight into their favor. It was kind of back and forth. Howitzer used the ultimate. EG used that ultimate fairly early on in that exchange. Didn't really get too much value out of it. Is when Dormant came in, got that huge 3-man skewer, and all of a sudden CMK just went complete lit mode. and were able to get... I mean, but the thing is, objectively, they didn't get much out of it, but again, it's that psychological boost you get from those sort of fights, especially when you're playing, when Dorman's playing that Richter. He hasn't really landed any big key hooks. All of a sudden, Richter is a very momentum-based hero. If you're on point with him and you're landing those hooks left and right, it's just, it builds off of it. You start playing better and better and better with them. But at the same time, to the converse of that, if you aren't landing those hooks, it's very, very demoralizing. I mean, every time you throw that hook out as a Richter, I think a lot of people probably share this sentiment. You always kind of clench for like half a second, like, oh, please land! And every time you don't land it, it's just a continued knockdown of your morale on the Warden. So he was a bad guy, but then he turned to a good guy. A little lore drop for you guys.
So for me personally, when playing Richter, it's not about the hooks I miss, it's about the hooks I land. I'm going to throw 5,000 of them, and if I land one of them that swings a team fight, it's about that one you land.
Yeah.
You throw them, it's a great way to actually scare people off of an engagement because they don't want to get too close. But you can land that hook, and you just land on one person and completely turn a fight.
Yeah.
I wonder if Dormant's going to pick up... I know you're a big fan of it, and I see a lot of people... Nope. Blink Charm.
I actually don't pick up Blink Charm anymore. It's pretty gimmicky. As far as the way I play him, I think it's good. I think you have to get value out of it. I think Blink Charm is, as teams get better, and I've been saying this for a while, as teams get better and better and better individually and as teams as a whole, I think maneuverability and positioning is going to become so paramount that Blink Charm will start to gain a little bit more favor. Especially, that tends to happen in MOBAs when people figure out, like, what's the next step we can do to give ourselves an advantage we otherwise couldn't have. I think Blink Charm has a lot to do with that here. We actually saw iCameron actually pulled it on the Sparrow last game. We didn't really see any big, huge plays out of it, but I know some Sparrow players actually really like picking up that Blink Charm.
So Dormant decides to let me know in chat here, you're fucking right, I'm going to pick up Blink Charm, and that it's not gimmicky. So we're just waiting for it. We're just waiting for it. He called you out, and he called me out. I don't personally use it on my Richter deck, but it's a good card. It does have the ability.
Picks it up? Is this where he picks it up? The plays.
Look at,
by the way, it's a burpee.
By the way, I just want to go ahead and point out that I called that
Actually, no, I did. I was the one talking about it. I take all credit.
Words.
This game's live. Dorman actually he literally alt-tabbed, went into chat, said that, and then bought it.
And then bought it just to show us how good he is.
That's not true, guys. This is a big delay here.
Big shout out to Walk and Razor, $100 donation over there. We're over
Son of a bitch!
$300.
I owe you guys a burpee. Crap, I almost cussed again.
$300.
You guys are too kind.
That Matcherino goes all the way to goes 100% to these teams. So thank you guys so much for that. We've got another black buff, 18 minutes. It is spawning here. We do have Arctic Wolves already in position. I mean, this is free black buff. I'm expecting another aggressive push out of these guys. Look for a kill and blow up a tower. You know what I mean? Right? Level 5, time to dive.
I've been level 5.
Shut up, Shane. Shut up, Shane.
Who picked up the black buff?
Nobody. They left it on the ground.
Did they really?
It's on Wrath. I don't know who picked up the black buff.
I don't see who picked it up. They killed it. I saw him kill it.
Oh, it's on Magnum. It's on EG Magnum.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know why I said it like that. I apologize.
I'm not seeing it.
It's on Magnum. I promise. I didn't just make it up.
Well, they're gonna try to push down this mid tower, but the response is here from C to the M all the way to the K, as Font is hitting up that very important harvester over here on Sparrow. Just maybe trying to find some pickoffs. A little weird of a rotation. They're not sure. Maybe just trying to get some reconnaissance, trying to recognize if there's any potential flanks coming out here from CMK. Not going to be the case. So Sparrow's going to rotate over to the blue lane and do a little split push shenanigans. They see that they are all clumped up here in the mid lane. What better thing to do than to push out a lane, push and threaten a tier 2. The moment, so this is teams right here. If they make an overcommitment to one tower or the other, then Arctic Wolves can punish this very, very hard. If they send too many people over to kill Sparrow, and so on and so forth. But not going to be the case. They're just sitting Font over there. Just a standoff right now. They have the black buff. They're not doing much with it, which is surprising. They have the tools of smash and grab. They can die. I think at this stage of the game, it's 20 minutes in. The Steel and the Grux are tanky enough and do enough damage to where they can dive that tower, especially how we talked about it. Those towers are have been nerfed and are easier to take down. I want to see them dive here. They're looking for... They were thinking about it! They were thinking about it. But The standoff continues. All the meanwhile, Rector damn near killed him. He's just farming up.
There's a lot of commitment on this tower right here. We've seen this in the past, and this doesn't usually pan out well for the team that panders around here.
Pan out well for the team that panders.
Make a decision. Make a play, Arctic Wolves. Waiting for that smash and grab. They do have a minion wave here. They are going to have the ultimate out of EG Magnum if he uses it to be a zoning tool. There it is. He's going to probably try and use that to zone people out.
Skewer on a fast.
Dormant with the skewer.
Look for a shield slam. Power's low. Power's going to go down. Fly trap onto 2. Ghost jumps in. The fly trap actually knocks the target away. Good shield slam. They're poking down Ghost. He's got to be very, very careful. He's isolated by himself all the way. While Blink Charm, Dormant goes over there, uses the Blink Charm. What a gimmick indeed! Still alive. Ghost is still alive, though. Huge smash and grab onto 3. Dormant goes down. I bet he wish he had a Blink Charm at that point in time. Rector damn near killed him. There's the shield slam. Finally, Phasma with the patient pulls the trigger and gets the kill. A 2 for 2, but the tower has gone down. Ghost went back in. I'm not sure if that was the right decision. It might have been all or nothing right there. Big all-in play. Oh, baby, a triple, ladies and gentlemen. Smash and grab is going to hit him. Pull him right back in. Beautifully done. That's what I was talking about. That's what you want to see on Wrath Z. Beautiful play right there, and that should be the full handful, all 5 of them. Getting taken out, a quad kill. Oh, ladies and gentlemen! Penta! That's,
what?
That's impressive. I think that's the first pentakill we've ever seen in any of our events.
Hello, team Wrath Z with the penta kill. What? That was completely set up by Magnum, by the way. I'm just going to go ahead and throw out.
Magnum.
Magnum came in.
His name's Magnum
for
a reason, I'm just saying.
He came in, he brought the bombardment, and then Wrath Z said, "Watch this, boys."
He's got that big missile.
Did work.
He's got that big missile, that Magnum missile. On that
those smash and grabs from Wrath Z right there. The first time he hit 3, and then he hit 2, and then he hit him again, and then he chopped them. He slices, he dices, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Well done out of Arctic Wolves right there. Wow, boom. Well done, Arctic Wolves.
I'm going to hit the tab button and see how it looks.
I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
Then we won't do it.
I mean, we should do it. We should do it.
Are we going to do it?
But I'm a little nervous.
We can do it together. Hold my hand.
Okay, got it.
All right. Okay. You have
Not as bad as I thought.
You have very sweaty palms.
I'm sorry. I'm very excited.
10, 1, and 4 on the Wrath Z Grux right there. Pretty standard build, the tankiness with a little bit of supplemental damage, the Rust Breaker, Tempered Plate, Amulet of Veteran. This is, I feel like he just pretty much took this build from watching my stream, to be perfectly honest. I feel like I take that pentakill pretty much is completely attributed to me and my build. Yeah, Phasma goes with the Genesis Torch. This card is actually, I actually really like this card on Steel. It's like the only person who could get any value out of this card is Steel. It gives him a little bit of pen, gives him cold introduction, gives him armor. So I don't mind that card. It's something we don't see very often, but it brings a lot of value to Steel's skill set.
This is why I didn't want to do this. Look at Rector, 36.
Damn near
He's 0, 0, and 5. He's got 5 assists.
He has 100 CS, though.
He's got 100 creep score. He's just like, don't worry, team, I'll do it. But he is very, very farmed. And Font is only at 27 card power right now. So these engagements, this is all up to them picking up these picks. We're seeing Arctic Wolves be aggressive in the jungle. And it's only 1 or 2 of them. It's one at a time.
Yeah.
So if there were wards down, if we had more wards on the side of Crown Me King, they could notice that and possibly pick up a kill or 2. Unfortunately, they just don't have that many wards, defensive wards, in their jungle.
Yeah. And they continue to I mean, I think it's more so just Arctic was doing a great job of de-warding any wards inside of their jungle, as that's exactly what they're doing. Exactly what they're doing right now.
Don't correct.
Level 8 on... I'm sorry. Level 8 on Richter, 23 minutes into the game. It's not a good spot, boys. 24 minutes? 24, that is, you can divide that by 6. And so that means when it's that point, there's a buff spawn. Black buff's going to be picked up by Wrath Z. The tier 2 tower was taken out mid, as we saw earlier, with that just history in the making right there. That pentakill on the
Hopefully we got a clip of that, because that was just gorgeous.
I hope someone clipped that. If not, I'm very upset with you, chat. Phasma, he sees him. He's eyeing him down, looking for a shield slam potentially. No. Let me answer that question for you. No. He's not. He's saving it for the inevitable push. This is pretty much the new flavor of the month sort of style. Once a team gains control of the tier 1 towers, both in mid and the prime lane, they just sweep between mid and prime, ward themselves, deny every 6 minutes, deny the red buff, pick up the black buff, go deny the red buff. If they get a pick, they push. Like, that's pretty much been the foundational practice of all the victorious teams we've seen today. And Arcticals are continuing to do this trim. And don't forget, guys, these games were not staggered. The replays are staggered, but these games were not staggered. They all played at about the same time. So this is a very common thing that these teams have pretty much recognized as very, very strong, and there's a reason everyone's doing it right now. Black buff plus a red buff, huge advantage. Here comes the push to tier 2 tower. To be honest, they're just not putting up a stand. Hopefully they're going to defend the inhibitor, but they're just going to give this up. I don't know. I guess they feel more comfortable.
That's the play. I mean, inhibitor's going to deal a little bit more damage than the tower is. You risk dying under a tier 2 tower and losing the game. And here they're a little